64. I don't know why there are more second half goals than first half goals in the Ghana Premier League. Some people attribute it to different reasons. Some people say it's the weather, right? Because we kick off at 3 p.m. So some people say that by the time the second half starts, which is around 4 p.m., the temperatures have dropped a bit. So the games tend to come alive a bit more. Some people's theory, not mine. Some people argue that it's a weather thing. Some people say it's because there is a halftime break and teams can re-strategize and teams can improve. So that can explain the fact that in the second half there are more goals. Again, that's another school of thought. It's not mine. When you speak with different people, they all have their different reasons. If somebody has another reason why there are more second half goals than first half goals, you can equally let me know. In terms of cards, 213 yellow cards have been dished out in the 60 matches played in the Ghana Premier League. 213 yellow cards have been dished out in the 60 matches played in the Ghana Premier League. I don't know if we strike the average. So I don't know if we can do the math. Okay, 213 yellow cards have been dished out in the 60 Ghana Premier League matches that have been played. Okay, in the 60 Ghana Premier League matches that have been played. So when you work the math, it's about 3.5, 3.6 yellow cards a game. Almost 4 a game. So that is something we need to think about. Now, there are 8 red cards that have been given out so far in the Ghana Premier League. 8 red cards. 8 red cards in the 60 matches played. So, and then there are 13 penalties that have been given in the Ghana Premier League. 13 penalties that have been given in, or that have been awarded in the Ghana Premier League. In the Ghana Premier League, 13 penalties so far. 12 of them have been scored. 1 has been missed. And there have been 3 own goals scored this season so far. So after match week 7, those are the numbers. 12 penalties scored, 1 missed, 3 own goals. And there are 3 outstanding matches that will be played. So 3 outstanding matches that will be played. All right. Now, the only miss of the season, the only miss from the penalty spot of the season is attributed to Kamara Dini Mahmudu of Mediama Sporting Club. Okay. Now, his penalty was saved by All Blacks goalkeeper Clement Ayi. So, Clement Ayi is the first goalkeeper to deny a penalty this season. So far, he's been the only goalkeeper actually to have saved a penalty this season. Clement Ayi of Swedru All Blacks. Okay. Now in the league, there are 3 unbeaten teams. So far, 3 unbeaten teams. Accra Hearts of Oak is 1. Asante Kotoko the other. And the third team, surprise, surprise, FC Samatex. FC Samatex are unbeaten in the league. So there are 3 unbeaten teams so far. Hearts of Oak are unbeaten in the Ghana Premier League. And I'll be telling you Hearts of Oak's record in a bit. And when you look at the standings, right? Hearts of Oak have not lost a game this season. They've played 7 games, 3 wins, 4 draws. So they are one of the 3 unbeaten teams. Asante Kotoko, they are equally unbeaten. 2 wins, 2 draws. They have games in hand. So they have 3 games, 2 wins, 2 draws. Asante Kotoko are also unbeaten. 2 wins, 2 draws. So that is Asante Kotoko. The other unbeaten team in the league, as I told you, is Samatex. They are currently 5th in the league, or 5th on the league table. They have 3 wins and 4 draws. 3 wins and 4 draws. Okay, 3 wins and 4 draws. 3 wins and 4 draws. So that is that. In terms of some other interesting numbers, when you look at the league table, something will strike you. Aduana Stars, they are one of 2 teams not to have drawn a game this season. Sporty. So Aduana Stars have won 5 and lost 2. They haven't drawn a game. The other team to have that record is Swedru All Blacks. They haven't drawn a game too. They've lost 5 and won 2. So they are mirror opposites of Adriana Stars. Adriana Stars won 5, lost 2. Swedru All Blacks won 2, lost 5. No draws. No draws at all. Okay? And when you look at the league table, there are two teams that have not won a game at all this season. 11 Wonders. They haven't won a game. 11 Wonders, 2 draws, 5 losses. And Basake Holy Stars, 2 draws, 4 losses, because they've played 6 games. So that is that's an interesting picture in terms of the Ghana Premier League statistics. I'm not done though. I'm not done. Now, when you look at match week 7, for example, so if you look at match week 7 in isolation, 8 matches were played, 6 home wins, 0 away draws, and then 6 home wins, 0 away wins, and 2 draws. 20 goals were scored, and then 15 were home goals. I think we have a call on the line. So 20 goals were scored, 15 goals scored at home, 5 goals scored away from home. Let me take this caller. Hello. Yes, Nana Habi.
And I do everything cool.
Charlie, we there inside.
Nice one. I get some quick points for you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, first one is on the Ghana Premier League.
Yes.
We need to have a full conversation on. I think you make you one of mine.
Yeah.
We need to have a full conversation on the branding of the league and how it can trickle down to all the teams. Because, hey, the league has gotten coverage this year, but ask yourself how many people are actually watching the league. You ask the question, who is the top scorer, and see how people they struggle. Me said, I don't even know who them promote this year except the All Black guys, just because they had a documentary about it. I was like, oh, this is cool, this is nice. So there needs to be a broader conversation on branding. When Kotoko played the team from Egypt, right? Were they from Egypt?
Morocco.
I forget about it. Morocco.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I saw the CL when we were talking about branding and content. The same Ghana they came to the Lagos Stadium, they make it look like it's Europe. Here will be settings. So we need to find a way around it. The GFA needs to be sharper on that side. I think it's also quite sad that the GFA didn't honor their debt owed to the ladies on time. It doesn't speak well of them.
So technically is the ministry's debt, not the GFA's debt. It's the ministry's debt.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification. So I think they both play a very interesting role, and I think it needs to be a habit that needs to be stopped. If it was the senior national team or the senior men's national team, the energy would have been different. And this is our most consistent national team, and I can't correct it, but the Black teams have really put in a shift for Ghana, and they don't really deserve to be going through this. I think usually they even have the best social media accounts on there, if we're being petty, and they deserve as much traction as they can get. So when I saw on Sporty channels that when you guys were covering and following them, and they are you when they go and talk, I was like, bro, don't do this, because patriotism goes both ways. In as much as we are looking for people to serve the country, people who have served the country also deserve to be celebrated, especially when their milestones bring the nation some form of traction. So, Charlie, ministry for checkup. The next one is Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm really enjoying this season. I'm enjoying how it's looking like. But yesterday's game was both a scary one and an interesting one, because Charlie, indeed, they're very poor. And seeing how Brighton to look very deadly, it was an interesting one. But one thing Arsenal is doing differently this year than other years is the mentality has shifted, and we're able to find goals from anywhere. Earlier Arsenal, Charlie, if the game they enter some sideways goal, no come, they lost with that. Then your question on the second half and the Ghana Premier League, it's just an issue of special legs. It's just an issue of teams being able to recalibrate. And I think the brilliant idea is the 5 subs. 5 subs have changed the game, because that's almost how the team is able to change if you leave your subs, right? So, of course, statistically, it will make more sense if teams do better in the second half, because they have the gift of hindsight. So, yeah. And yes, when I listen to Sporty, I take notes. So, I just see there's you guys too much. That was blessed day.
Nana, thank you. Thank you so much for the call. Charlie, have a blessed day. Stay safe.
You too, bro.
All right. Alrighty. Okay, so going back to even before I proceed, I just want to say this for context. Of all the national teams, I say that of all the national teams, right, the Black Queens is the one that gets the most support from the GFA. The GFA loves the Black Queens. The GFA, look, of all the national teams, the Black Queens gets the most support from the GFA. And I can say that, okay, I don't even know whether I have to say this or not, but the GFA has really stepped in to help the Black Queens a number of times. Even when the state is very slow in responding, the GFA would hold several ends for the Black Queens. Sometimes even pay coaches' salaries in the interim while the state tries to gather itself. So on that score, I give the GFA props. So that is just on one hand. But it is true. I agree with everything Nana says. Irrespective of the national team, we have to be as urgent as we can to ensure that everybody is taken care of quickly, promptly, so there are no issues. What happened with the Queens and their bonuses is it's a matter that's unpleasant. Thankfully, they've been paid. So hopefully we should go past this. And going forward, all these things will be sorted out very far away from the cameras, from media attention, and all of that. Anyway, so I was going through the numbers, but Mo Shaban is here. Mo Shaban lives and breathes the numbers of the Ghana Premier League. I'm sure he's the one who puts them all together. So he'll have a lot more nuance and numbers to that. Mo, morning, how are you doing?
I'm fine, good morning.
Everything cool?
Everything is fine.
Wonderful, wonderful. Some of the numbers I find really interesting, right? Like I was looking at the Ghana Premier League table, for example, and I noticed how
This is Sporty FM, the voice of sport.
Where's that good? I noticed how Diana Stars and what was this team? Diana Stars and All Blacks are like mirror images of each other. The consistent thing is that they both are yet to draw a game this season, but they have mirror images, or they are like mirror images of each other. So Adriana won 5, lost 2. And then if you look at All Blacks, they've won 2 and lost 5. They haven't drawn a game. So that is that. That is that. Talking about Swedro All Blacks, let me just mention the teams that have come up this season. Now when you call, you're asking about the teams that came up. So Swedro All Blacks came up. And then Hohoe United came up. Hohoe United came up this season. And
Sporty FM.
And 11 Wonders. Yes, 11 Wonders also came up this season. So All Blacks, Hohoe United, and 11 Wonders. 11 Wonders, they've sacked their coach because they haven't won a game. 2 draws, 5 losses is not looking good for them at all. Their column looks more red than anything else all over the place for Techiman 11 Wonders. It's been a very horrible return for them to the Ghana Premier League. Anyway, let's have a look. Let me continue. So for match week 8, for match week 7, 8 matches were played, 6 home wins, 2 draws, 20 goals scored. 15 of them were at home and 5 of them were away. So that's an interesting bit there. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Hello, Nathan. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Christopher. I'm calling from Sahels.
Okay, Chris, please go ahead.
Nathan, we are in a country that we have to talk before they pay our ladies. Nathan, it's not fair. Sometimes we should keep this thing secret. This thing is supposed not to be coming out. Nathan, we shouldn't be doing these things to the ladies.
Yeah.
They are fine enough. We can't just keep the money unless the girls win before we. And that was last week. I told you the girls will perform.
Yeah.
And really, the girls have performed.
Yeah.
Maresca, what is wrong with Maresca?
Oh, what has Maresca done this morning?
See, your team have been symbolic. Every week, you have to get a red card. And you yourself, you are getting red card. So what is wrong? You keep a game winning a game. At the end of the day, then they have to close you down. Goes to Liverpool. Liverpool, the antidote that they have used it. Now everybody have find a ways of the antidote. Yesterday, with the investors, we are expecting 4 goals.
Hey, you are expecting 4 goals?
Yes, really.
From who?
That is why from Palace.
Okay.
That's why I'm telling you that Chelsea yesterday, Maresca have spoiled a lot of business for we the investors because we know Chelsea is going to give a correct score goals, and we have credit on that.
Okay.
I'm saying that, yeah. So we knew it that Palace is going to destroy them, and their next match on this weekend, they are going to destroy Liverpool again. I'm telling you the truth.
Really?
Yes, the antidote that they are using, we have found a way of it.
Okay.
Yesterday, City is supposed to lose yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, miracle. That's why.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Premier League. The last time I told you, Premier League will come in back on form very soon. At the end of date, maybe we play like 11 matches. For now, we have 112 goals. That is a wonderful job the guys have done. We shouldn't have 150. But they went to some kind of challenges. But I'm telling you,
this is Sporty FM,
this
the
Premier
voice
League,
of
we are going to have 500 goals that will appear. I'm telling you.
500
Mark
goals.
it on the wall.
Okay.
Yes, I'm telling you.
No problem.
Just mark it.
No problem.
I'm telling you, my brother.
No problem. I'll note down 500 goals. Okay. I'll note it down some. I'll be counting. All right. Thank you so much. Let's score 500 goals in the Ghana Premier League. Let me take this caller and then I speak with Mo Shaban. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Mom. I'm calling for you.
All right, please go ahead.
I don't agree with people who is on the view that they say intentionally delay treatment of the black piece or the female football.
Yeah.
Because the males don't talk.
Because what?
Because the black stars they talk or the male football teams they don't talk. They own the black stars, but they will not come out and they will not come and say they are not going to they are not going to train. That's what we don't hear from them.
Yeah.
So people couldn't make it look like we don't want to pay the females because they are girls or something. They should understand that state things are processed.
Yeah, that's true.
And one thing that the only thing we can blame them is that instead of the minister or the FA to start the process fast, so that by the time they finish their qualification or their tournament, the money is ready. They delay it. They are waiting for them to finish. Then they start the process.
They actually in this case, they actually started the process early. I don't know what happened, but I know they started the process early.
Sporty FM.
No, nobody was there because they are finished. And one thing I want to say is that I'm of the view that the females will take the same amount as the males.
Okay. You believe that they should get the same pay?
Yeah, they should get the same pay. Even if there is not the same pay, it should be half. If the black stars are taking 10,000, they should take 5,000.
Okay.
But not this small amount too.
Okay.
Hard cry, Oh, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for your call. A minute after 1. Okay, we'll put a pause on the calls for now, and then we can talk about our Ghana Premier League numbers. Okay, one call has cracked through. Let me take this one, and then we'll pause it. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Okay, so this is Tete from Lakeside.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. You answered sincerely. Do you think Amorim would have survived what is going on with Slot?
Do I think he would have survived?
You think he would have survived by now?
Well, he's still standing, isn't he?
No, but you see, look, United is such a big club. Even when we are winning and Liverpool is losing, United is still in the news.
Ah, well.
You get it? So when Liverpool fans come at us, this big man stature is not contendable. United is the biggest club in the world. Even when we are winning, Liverpool is losing, United is still making the news. They are being surprised they are winning. They are being surprised. I don't get it.
Okay.
So this slot has been found out. The club credit is done. Now do your own thing and it's all over the place. So you can see clearly that the template that club had is what helped him. Now, this rich man's kid. They have so many toys, they don't know how to play with it. This is what is happening to him. He just doesn't know how to arrange his team. His team is all over the place, and then Liverpool is losing. Now, last week somewhere I spoke to you about what AC Milan is doing in terms of playing Rafael Leao
as a number 9. Yeah, I remember that.
I told you that you'll be found out in certain games. Rafael Leao was taken off at the end of the first half. Not because it's not good. This guy likes space to operate. He likes space in the wings to operate. A ball carrier, an outlet, and then you play him as a number 9. He's actually not going to do anything. So I don't know. We need to figure out how. I like how to figure out a better way to use Rafaelia. Else, AC Milan is going to suffer. Anyway, so have a good morning.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Before we get into the conversation, I need to read this birthday shout. It's very important. This one, happy birthday. It says, happy birthday to the love of my life, Nutifafa Ata. I'm blessed to be by your side on this wonderful journey. Cheers to love, laughter, and unforgettable memories. We love you from Anita, Bubu, Afi, and NJ. Oh, the big man himself. Nutifafa Ata, happy birthday to you, Nuti. Oh, happy birthday to you. I wish you the very, very, very best. This wonderful message came from the missus. I'm attaching myself to this. Myself and Gary and the guys, we wish you the very best. Enjoy your day, stay blessed, and keep doing amazing things. Happy birthday to you, Nutifafa Ata. The big brain behind the Ghana Football Awards and Football Impact Africa. So for myself, from the guys on the board, and all of that, happy birthday to you, Nuti. Enjoy your day. The Sporty Breakfast. You can send me a WhatsApp message 054-257-1061 054-257-1061. Hey, when I said we're not taking call, okay, last one, last call. Immortal, last call. Let me take this last call and then we talk to Mo Shaban. Hello.
You are not taking calls, FM.
Huh?
You are not taking calls, FM.
But we have a show to do.
So what? I will not part of the show.
But I'm saying that for now we have to do the discussion, so we'll put the calls to the side.
You have to pick my call.
Okay, you
call it at 9:30. You have to pick it.
Emmanuel, yes.
Kumu, aka Kumu.
AKA Kumu. Okay, no problem. No. Sorry. You seem to be very happy this morning.
Oh, Rita. Hey, Rita. I need a verse.
You need what?
I need a verse.
You need a verse?
Yeah.
Why, are you recording a song or something?
Oh, Charlie, I want to record some song.
The
way people they chop money for this country inside there. I want verse also. I need a verse from you.
Okay, when you put the song together, let me know. I'll let you speak with.
So I beg you, how will be? I be make a picture mail out. I won't send the song to you. Say, oh, why you laugh?
No, are you done with the song?
Oh, with the song like Papa no.
No problem. So
I want your mail. So make us say.
Okay, no problem. You finish with the song and then I'll let my producer send you.
The way people are chopping money in this country. Charlie, later, I mean, you see. They say you go to the chop money for your.
But Imano, is that why you called this morning?
Oh no. Later. Some agenda is going on in this country.
What is it?
The day you go talk with the ladies. So we stick on to the World Cup.
Oh, but who is saying that?
Oh, see, what is going on in this country, later, I don't understand. They say the day you went to talk with the ladies when they decide not to play the game, so he influenced the guys to play, so they take him to the World Cup, you go and sit on the bench. Now, black person, charity organization now. What kind of country is this? No, the guy is not playing anything. The guy is not even looking to. It's not making ways to look for anything more. He's not Ghana. He's chill. He's chill. So See, we should take them. We should put them among the technical advisors.
No, but
where we do coaching course.
no, but I mean, those are the things people are saying. The coach will have to decide whether he will take him or not. So
Later, some of this your colleagues, Charlie, the hypocrisy around what they are doing there. I don't understand.
what have they done? They said what they should take. And I'm saying that Emmanuel, see, that is somebody's opinion. Whether the DIU goes or not is not dependent on what somebody says on their show. It depends on the coach.
No, we have to stop. They have to put a stop to that.
They have to put a stop.
You have to put a stop to that. See, we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Where Asamaja was thinking of, or Asamaja was thinking of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you like this? Ghana, we are too emotional.
So it's like they should take the DIU to the World Cup.
If I hear some of these things, my blood is boiling. See, somebody Ghana. Two no get. I don't wish to give the World Cup. To go what? Yeah, the Gassas, they be charity organization.
Omunya is okay. I'll tell them. I'll tell them they'll stop. Don't worry. I'll speak to them. They'll stop. What? Kumu. Okay, no problem. Anyway, and another birthday before I leave. This one is a personal one. Happy birthday to my aunt. Happy birthday to my aunt, Madam Jemima Nati. She's a wonderful woman. She's my second mother. She's been a great support, great friend, great counsel, super cool person. So Aunt Jemima, happy birthday to you. She's the proprietress of Happy Kids School at Kwashiman. So if you attend Happy Kids School, that's Yafosula Abi's old madam. She's still Yafosula Abi's madam anyway. So Auntie Jemima, happy birthday to you. Wish you the very, very, very best. Have a wonderful day from me, from Gina, from everybody, from the entire family. We wish you the very, very best. Keep being amazing. Keep being you. And cheers. And here's to bigger blessings in the coming year. 10 minutes after 8, let's get into the Ghana Premier League. I like the Ghana Premier League numbers. I really like the Ghana Premier League numbers.
This
Senator.
Somebody was saying that, the person didn't know who the top scorer was in the league. He was talking about the fact that now the league is more accessible on TV, which is good. So the person was saying that if we could make a bit more noise about the Ghana Premier League, they would appreciate it. Well, that is true. That is our work. It is our work, the FA's work and all. We all have to keep talking a bit more about the Ghana Premier League so people will learn more about it. But I love the numbers, and I like this thing that you and your guys do very often, that every now and again, periodically, you share the numbers. I like the numbers. All right. So far, 60 matches have been played.
Yes.
After 7 rounds.
We have 60 matches. And so tell the person that we, just after the last game, so for instance, we have games tomorrow, a game tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and then on Monday.
Okay.
Immediately after the Monday fixture, we put out all the data after match day 8. And so every day we have it on the Ghana Football Association page, the Ghana Premier League page on Twitter, X, and also on Facebook.
Okay.
And IG, we share all those information and stuff. So we don't have problem at all with data now. We are making progress.
Wonderful.
Yes.
What about highlights? Those who are interested in getting
the highlights are shared on Ghana Premier League YouTube.
Okay.
Ghana
Premier League YouTube. All the games?
Yes, all the games.
All the games.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So listeners, if you want highlights to watch, let's say you can't watch all the games. Mo Shaban is telling you that Ghana Premier League on YouTube, you find all the highlights there. So Monday morning, as you're at work enjoying breakfast, watch the Ghana Premier League highlights. You watch that for a few weeks, it will start to get more familiar. You will get more familiar with the league and all of that. More so after 7 rounds, 60 matches. I noticed there are 3 outstanding matches.
Yes.
Which matches are those?
All right, so we have 3 outstanding games, and so we were supposed to play 63 matches after match day 7 because we are entering into match day 8. Match day 9, Cracker had to focus Kumasi Asante Kotoko in Accra, and I'll be here to do the presentation of the fixture. But then we have 3 games that are supposed to be played, but Kotoko were actually participating in the CAF Confederation Cup, so they failed to fulfill those Premier League fixtures, and that is Kotoko Basake Holy Stars is one of the fixtures to watch out for. And as I want us
that explains it. I'm looking at the table. Holy Stars have played 6 games. Okay.
Holy Stars, and then Kotoko Vision FC.
Okay. Vision 2.
This game is supposed to be played at Niaje Kweku, the second sports complex in Tema.
Okay.
Yes, and then we have additional fixture to watch out for, and that is Kotoko Young Apostles. And so that game.
So all these 3 games involve Asante Kotoko.
Yes.
Asante Kotoko versus Holy Stars.
Yes.
Then they've got games, a game against Vision.
Yes.
And then a game against Young Apostles.
And
Wonderful.
so if you have 6, Kotoko have 4. So plus 5 plus 6
plus 7. Very good.
And so that is how we have 4 matches for Asante Kotoko. But let's talk about the league table. You know, if we are here, then let's elaborate more on what to expect. You know, the last time I was on this platform, I made it clear that per the history, we are going to have the winner of the Premier League this season from the first round.
From the first round?
Yes.
How so? Explain that one to me.
It means that if it ends this way, if we have Mediema, maybe after match day 15, top of the league, maybe with 40 points, and the second place is maybe 28 points, Mediema would win the league. The history of the Premier League. Now, we moved from 16 to 18 Premier League class from 2020-2021 because the 2019-2020 season was truncated. Then the association decided that, look, let's play the league as 18 teams. And so we had the likes of King Faisal, Accra Great Olympics participating, Liberty Professionals, Elmina Sharks, Karela United, Legon Cities, then Wild Stars.
Then Wild
Stars.
Stars.
They were all participating in the Premier League. Now, that specific season, the Premier League was won in the second round. And that was when Heart of Folk overtaked Gianna FC and Karela United to win the Premier League. And they won it after match day 27.
Okay, this was under Samuel Bwedu.
Yes, and so in the second round, after match day 27. Now in the 2021-22, Dr. Prosper Nateogun took over Kumasi Asante Kotoko after finishing 3rd place with Wafa in the 2020-2021 season, where even in the last game, which was the coronation match for Hartlepool, they lost by a goal to 0. Wafa beat them, and so it was one of the good sides that Wafa paraded those years. And so he took over Kotoko, and that season he won the league in the first round after match day 11. And guess what? That season, after match day 10, it was Adriana who were on top of the league. Kotoko were second. They played in Doma. Kotoko beat them 2-0. Kotoko went top of the league after match day 11
and stayed there
to the end of the season. Now in 2022-23 season, we're also expecting some good performance. Then it was a season when Mediema won the league, but surprisingly, Mediema struggled. In fact, just that season after match day 3, they had to part ways with David Duncan.
I remember.
Yes, Duncan has to leave. Then the assistant coach Umar Abdurabi took over the team. Then after match day 19, they went to Temali. They also RTU. He also resigned. So match day 20, they brought Augustine Evans Adote. And so it was the season when Jonathan Soa also signed in the second round. Eventually, they won the league after match day 31. They went top of the league after matches. So
wow, that was close to the end of the league.
So let's see, 2020-21, it was second round. 2021-22, first round. 2022-23, second round. Now let's move on. Then Samatex became a champion in the Premier League in the 2023-24 season when they made their debut in the 2022-23 season. In fact, they were among the 4 teams that gained promotion together with Inswatraman, Kotoku Royals, Temali City. They gained promotion to the Premier League. And one of the teams, Temali City, represented Ashanti Gold, the slot of Ashanti Gold. That is why we had 4 teams qualifying for that season's Premier League. But eventually, it was a season where Samatex won the league, and prior to that season, the Mediema had won the league in the second round. And then that season, Samatex took over from match day 14. They went top of the league match day 14. That was it.
Okay.
First round.
So I see the pattern. So I noticed that in the years you've mentioned, it's almost like the thing alternates.
Yes.
So you had one team winning the league after going top in the first round. The next season's winner came after they topped in the second round, or they went top in the second round. Then we went back to Asante Kotoko under Dr. Prosper Nante Ogum, won in the first round. Then you had Mediama match day 31. They go top. They eventually win the league.
Yes.
Okay, and then Samatex
won in the first round. Then last season, Gold Stars actually even after match day 33, we didn't know them.
That's true.
And so
Lions were still in the mix.
Yes,
Nations were still in the mix. Kotoko were still in the mix. I remember
until the last day. And then Gold Stars were crowned champions. So this season's league, per the history, is supposed to be won in the first round. So it means that as we build up to match day 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, if the gap is 5-6 points, trust me, the person is gone.
Well, well, history tells us that. We don't know what the actual football will say. Now, for those who are wondering, the first round of the league will last 17 games.
Yes.
So when we say the first round, we mean after match day 17. So listeners, that's the context.
Yes. So we are looking at the league table, and Mediama Sporting Club are on top with 16 points. Ediana 15, Heart of Lions 14, Samatex 13, Heart of Folk 13. Kotoko have a total of 3 matches to play. Now, let's give Kotoko 6 points out of the possible 9. And if you give them 6 points, they have 8. If you add
takes them to 14.
11, takes them to 14. It brings them to the top 4. And so
if they win everything, they go top of the table.
Top of the table will be with 19 points.
17
points. And so if Kotoko should win all matches, they go 17 points. If Kotoko wins 2 of the matches, they go 14. And it means that they are part of the top 4. Now, if you look at the top 4, interestingly, Mediama Sporting Club, and for Mediama, they won the league in 2022-23 season. Now they have Tanko Ibrahim. In fact, one of the sides that started preseason earlier, they went to Ivory Coast. They went to do some camping there, and then now they are chasing for the league title. They didn't do too much of signings, but eventually, if you look at what they did, they made sure that they kept the experienced players like Kamara Dini Mahmoud, the right back who was part of the Black Stars for some time. He's still with the team. If you look at goalkeeper Felix Che, he's been part of the team since 2022-23 season when he signed from Kerala United. And then they've managed to get Yusuf Mubarak, Rich Saki. These are experienced centre backs. And so it means that they've done something right. But it's well balanced side with more attacking side. But if you see Mediama currently, one of their strength is their attack, and so I'm not surprised that they are scoring more goals, having goals difference of 8 and being top of the league. For Ediana FC, they did massive recruitment.
Just before you continue, just for context, for those who are wondering, Mediama have scored 12 goals this season, and they've conceded 4.
Yes,
scored 12, conceded 4. They are the league's top scoring side now.
Yes, so goals difference per what we have seen. In fact, they have got a lot of goals difference per what we have on the league table. Now, Ediana FC did a lot of recruitment, and if you have a side that went in for, remember, Adomakon Boatin from Accra Lions, a right back, William Denchi is won the league with Heart of Folk, he's won with Gold Stars. Left back. And then if you look at Bright J, is back in the squad. They went for Mizaki Free from Brekum Chelsea. He's a very potent striker. They've went for Obin Setra Gregory, goalkeeper from Brekum Chelsea. They did some massive recruitment. Charles James Kamara. They still have Sam Adams also in their midst. And so they have a very good team. Heart of Lions consistently one of the most consistent side, and when we are previewing their games, we are going to look at why I think they are the most consistent side in the Premier League. FC Samatex, after winning the league, they've bounced back and trying to, their biggest strength is at home. But if you look at the top 6, but you can add Kumasa and Kotoko. They are title contenders. That's Mediama, Ediana, Heart of Lions, Samatex, Heart of Folk, Gold Stars, and Asante Kotoko. For the first time, we have about 7 teams who are title contenders. Years ago, we talk about House Kotoko. At a point, we talk about House Kotoko, Ediana. At a point, we also look at House Kotoko, Mediama, Ediana. Now, Mediama have won the league before, they are title contenders. Ediana have won the league twice, they are title contenders. Heart of Lions are yet to win, but they are title contenders. Samatex have won
one league title.
They are title contenders. Heart of Folk, Gold Stars have won the league once, title contenders. So it looks like if you have ever won the Premier League, then you are automatic title contender because you know as in how to put things together and go in for the league title. Now, at the relegation zone, Basketball All Stars, interestingly, are yet to score a goal in the league after they've played 6 matches. They are yet to score even an offside goal. And
they don't have a goal to their name.
Yes, and that is a big challenge. You know, if you want to win the league, you have to be consistent home and away. And even if you will not be consistent away, there are times that you even go away and you fail to score. For Nations FC, in the 2023-24 season, when they make their Premier League debut, they scored 4 away goals.
Four away goals all season.
Yes, and they won 4 away games.
So which means they won 1-0, 1-0,
and that was it.
So that's 12 points on the road.
Yes, and that was it. And they conceded and lost all the remaining fixtures. And so you might not be too good away, but even at home, you should be scoring. And that is why Basake finds themselves here. 11 Wonders didn't start their preseason on time. And as we speak, Neo Date Lamte has left his position as the head coach of the team. And for Basake All Stars, Augustine Vasadote is also under pressure. Some of the coaches are under pressure. And then with a Dormon, Dreams FC is also under pressure. Samuel is also under pressure. Chelsea. And so 18, 17, 16, 15. And as we speak, this Premier League table gives us an indication that the Premier League is so competitive and that if you fail to amass points, it is just only Heart of Lions who have finished at the bottom in the first round and have avoided relegation the last 5 seasons. No team has ever done that.
Only Pando Heart of Lions have been bottom of the league
in the first round.
Yes. And avoided relegation. So which means that if you are in that bottom part
after match day 17,
you are most likely to stay there.
You are staying. We can't even move to 17. And Kotoko Royals is an example. They stayed there. Elmina Sharks is an example. They stayed there. Liberty Professionals is also an example. They stayed there. You can't stay there and avoid relegation, and it is not possible. And so Basake Holy Stars would have to up their game if they really want to.
Dreams, Wonders, and Holy Stars, they need to get.
But for the 16-17, you can be there
and you can make it. The problem is when you are 18.
The first one. And so that is the challenge. Let's the newly promoted side. We have Hoho United, Sojo All Blacks,
and 11
Wonders. For 11 Wonders, currently they are battling relegation. And for Sojo All Blacks, what you have to do to avoid relegation is to be consistent at home. And so Sojo All Blacks, in 3 of their matches played at home, they've won 2, they've lost 1. And so even at home, you either beat them or you get the victory. And so they can only be consistent at home. For Hoho United, in 4 matches played in the Premier League at home, they've won twice, they've drawn 1, they've lost 1. And that's the draw against Young Apostles. And so if you want to stay in the Premier League, there's no magic. You can be very poor on the road, but for amassing points at home, you need to get the points.
And the Stars, they are a testimony to that.
Yes.
When they won the league in 2010,
2009, 2010,
90% of their points came from home. Doma.
Yes.
They won almost all their home games. And so that is it. How to focus are fifth because of their home form. In 4 matches at home, they won once. Their away form is not too good. 1 win, 3 draws.
Yes.
They are unbeaten away though, but just 1 win. And 3 draws.
And so how to focus are unbeaten. But let's look at the unbeaten teams. Maybe we'll find it interesting. Last season, it wasn't like this. Last season, after match day 7, we had about 5 teams unbeaten, including Brekum Chelsea. But this season, we have only 3. For Kotoko, they have played 4 matches, and so they have 3 more games. We can assess them very well after that 3 games. And so when we have all matches played from all teams, that is where we can do the proper assessment. And last season, after match day 10, the unbeaten run ended, and that was only Gold Stars. Gold Stars were the only unbeaten side after match day 9 in the 2024-25 season. This year we have 3 teams, and we've played for 7 matches, but for FC Samatex, they're unbeaten, but a lot of draws. They have about 4 draws. And
1-3.
Yes.
Drawn 4.
Yes. And Heart of Folk have gotten 3 wins and then 4 draws. And so it's just like FC Samatex. Kotoko have 2 wins, 2 draws. So more of the draws, more of the. And so these teams, what they are doing is that, look, let's avoid defeats and pick points on the road, managed to get 1 point, and that is really working out for them. So 3 teams unbeaten: Hearts of Oak, Kotoko, Samatex has 7 games, Samatex 7 games, Kumasa, Santi, Kotoko a total of 4 matches with 3 outstanding matches to be cleared. Next week they have a big deal with Hearts of Oak at the Accra Sports. Maybe by then it will be like this. Maybe two unbeaten sides going to face each other. So that is it. Now let's look at the most away wins, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have only 7 teams who have won away after match day 7, and that
only 7 teams have won away from home.
Yes, that is Heart of Oak leads with 2, and so if we have 7 teams out of the possible 18 winning games away, and Heart of Oak have 2, then that is their biggest strength. Baseke should be careful this weekend. Yes, that is their biggest strength. Now Kotoko have gotten 1. And so Heart of Oak have 2, 1 against Brekum Chelsea and 1 against Dreams FC away. And Kumasa Santi Kotoko 1 against Brekum Chelsea. Mediama have gotten it against Young Apostles in match day 1. And interestingly, they are only away in the last 11 on the road fixtures.
Wow.
Yes.
They've won 1 of their last 11 away games.
Yes, that's for.
So Mediama are not good travelers
they are
at
not
all.
Good at all. And then Hearts of Lions have gotten 1 against 11 Wonders.
Yeah.
That game was played at the near JP.
The one was it 4-0 or something?
Yes. And then we have Gold Stars beating Sweet Blacks. Young Apostles also have 1, and that is also against 11 Wonders. And then we have Ediana FC against Hohoi United. And so that is it. Now let's look at the interesting part of it. We'll look at the assists, and then we'll look at the penalties awarded. But let's focus more on the home wins. And Mediama poor on the road, but good at home. They have played 5 matches home this season.
They are unbeaten.
7, and then they are unbeaten at home. They've won 4 of the 5. They drew against Samatex. Maybe that win could have given them more of the points. True. And if you want to win the league, you have to be very consistent at home. Last season, Gold Stars won 14 of their 17 games. They lost once to Karela, and they drew 4. And that is why they drew 3.
They drew 3.
Yes, and that is why they were crowned champions.
So that's 45 points.
Yes,
from a possible 51.
Yes, and then last 2 seasons, Samatex won 16 of their 17 home games.
So that's 48 out of a possible 51.
Yes, and they picked a total of 61 points as champions.
Which means they won only 13 points on the road.
Yes.
So as I said earlier, listeners, the Ghana Premier League is a very home-heavy league.
Yes.
So if you want to do well in the Ghana Premier League, win your home matches. Get 1 or 2 wins away from home. Avoid defeat for a good number of them, and potentially you could win.
You are champion.
Yeah.
Diana FC 4/4. They are yet to draw a fixture at home, and they've been very resolute in terms of home performance. Gold Stars, they have also won all their home games 3, and Heart of Lions have also won all their games. Karela have dropped points at home, and they should have been having more points. And one of the sides that did a lot of recruitment. Samatex also have 3. Samatex have drawn 1 of their fixture at home, and that is against Karela United. Hohoi have lost 1 fixture, have drawn 1 fixture, 2 Young Apostles. We can't see Hearts and Kotoko here. It means that the Phobians and the Porcupines are not.
They are not doing too
because
well.
Kotoko 2 home games, they've won 1, they've drawn 1.
Yeah.
That is their draw against Heart of Lions.
If you look at listeners, for the home form table, Hearts of Oak are currently 12th. They've won only 1 game at home, and they've drawn 3. The latest of those draws was with Gold Stars last weekend, a 2-2 draw at the Accra Sports Stadium. So just to put things into context, so you understand where Hearts of Oak are at the moment, they do relatively better away from home than at home.
Yes.
So that's something for people to think about.
Yeah, so we spoke about the top scorers, and we usually make comment that the Premier League does not really give us a lot of goals, especially individual players who score more. But let's look at this. 7 matches, 6 goals. That's an improvement. 7 matches, 6
I mean, it is. It's the challenge for me, Mo. Initially, I like this. The numbers are good. Atakumi has 6. Emmanuel Ano 5. Emmanuel Maf. Okay, so Atakumi of Gold Stars, if you are wondering. Emmanuel Ano of Nations FC, 5.
Emmanuel Mafo
of Ediana
4. Richmond Opoku Young Apostles 4. And Safiano Usman Hohoi 3.
my challenge is the run and consistency. For example, I give you a player, Faisal Charity.
Yes,
last season. Yes, started brilliantly, was hot, got to 11, and that was it. The goals drive.
Last 2 seasons, Hamza Issa gave us 13 goals. Last season, gave us 5.
You know.
Yes.
So it's the for now, it's good. Atakumi 6 goals out of 7 gold stars matches. It's great.
Yes.
Let's see how he can continue this run. And for the
I think that he's having his best season. I've watched him at Karela.
Okay.
Then now at Gold Stars, I think he's having his best season because last season he did well, but not too exceptional. But it looks like now he's potent. He scored 4 of the goals at home, 2 of the goals away, and that is the 2 goals against Hartlepool. He's the first player to score against Hartlepool this season. He's the first player to score against Benjamin Asari this season. The first player to record a brace in the Premier League this season. The first player to score
a brace this season.
Yes, against Hartlepool. But Emmanuel Ano is the first player to score a hat-trick. He's the second top scorer. He has scored
Nations
3 against 11 Wonders, Nations FC, and so the first to score a hat-trick this season, and then the first to score a brace this season, but against Hartlepool, and so that is that interesting one. Now, Samuel Atakumi has created 3 penalties this season, the most penalty created as a player. He scored the most penalties this season, joint with Bless Ege of Karela United, so 3-3, and so he's got so much data around him. I think he's having one of the best seasons. Emmanuel Ano, consistently last season, he's been deployed as an attacking midfielder, but sometimes they use him as a false 9, and that if you have used him as a false 9, he's giving you numbers. It means he's an improved player. Ano has been consistent since his days at Bichim United, and the Emmanuel Mafo, he signed for Diana last season, prior to the start of last season, for Blue Edubiasi United. And the last season, he was scoring until at some point in time, the goals were not coming again. But Mafu has started very well. He scored one of the best goals for Ijana against Hoho United. One of the goal of the season contender, and of course he's got something. Richmond Opoku, Young Apostles, he started very well. Let's see how Richmond Opoku would go in the course of the season. Osman Safiano is a midfielder. He's an attacking midfielder for Hoho United, and he has 3 goals to his credit, and so that's it. And Bless Ege has got 3 goals. This is only top 5.
The top 5.
And so we picked the top 5. But let's look at
you're talking about goals. My goal of the season contender is Ewadramani's outrageous long range from halfway in that game involving Mediama and Samatex.
Next week we'll get the highlight. They will look at what the goalkeeper should have done and why he got it right, and we'll look at the other goal, the 2 goals. We can now do proper assessment and see which of the goals is the best. Let's look at the clean sheets, and it's also very interesting. We have Benjamin Asari, Heart of Folk 5, Lawrence Osei, Heart of Lions 5, and Lawrence Osei has been so consistent from last season. He's changed the Heart of Lions team. Heart of Lions team is actually the most consistent side in the Premier League. Now, you can close your eyes and mention the starting 11, and even if one player is injured, you know who replaces the player. And Heart of Folk 5, Benjamin Asari, Lawrence Osei. Kwame has his vision. He played for Legon Cities last season. They were relegated, and at Vision FC, he has 1 assist to his credit as a goalkeeper.
Oh, 1 assist?
Yeah, the only goalkeeper to assist this season after match day 7.
How did it, was it a long throw?
A long one, a long shot, and then the striker picked it up, got the goal. Musa Zakari of FC Samatex. I think Samatex produces a lot of goalkeepers. Last season,
when they won the league, Kofi Ban,
and then before that, they had Lawrence Hansa, one young goalkeeper, Lawrence Hansa. He's now signed for Nations FC.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and so Felix Che, consistent from Karela in 2020. Felix Che signed for Karela when he's around 18, 19 years, and then he's been consistent in the Premier League. Maybe one of the most experienced goalkeepers in the Premier League. And so
I, of course, the clean sheet numbers will not do justice, but Kobe, for example. I mean, we talk about goalkeepers.
Kobe is one of the best.
Yes, in the league. Emmanuel Kobe is a very, very good
Last season, he was among the top 5.
Yes.
So we'll eventually find him here. We'll eventually find Kobe as the season go by. And so that's it. But we've added some more to the data. And this is
the goal creators.
The goal creator. And you see, without the assists, we will not be talking about Solomon Eje. obviously, I'm not sure Solomon Eje will come into our conversation, even to the season ends. Maybe we'll talk about him previewing their matches, but he wouldn't be so important in the season. But interestingly, he's created 4 goals for his side, FC Samatex, and Samuel Boama Kwanzaa, one of the most consistent midfielders. I love to watch him. His turnings, his passes, his consistency throughout the 90 minutes, his runs, and he's playing a key role in their success. Barry Maba, and he's a winger. He's played for Young Apostle, Serie All Stars, 2 Nations FC, and he wasn't having enough playing time. They transferred him to the
Heart of Lions.
Gold Stars.
Okay.
That's Barry Maba.
Barry Maba. Okay, Gold Stars.
Yes, he can be deployed as a striker, a winger, or an attacking midfielder. He's versatile. And currently, Gold Stars deploy him as a winger. And trust me, he assisted one for Samuel Atakumi against Hato.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he was the winger from the right hand side. Doing all the runs. And then Emmanuel Owusu of Mediama. He is also a former player of Bichim. Yeah, so I'm not surprised. He's got that something creative. He's a very good player. And then remember, he's a right back. So among the top 5 assists, only one defender. And
remember Boateng.
Remember Adumakun Boateng from Indiana FC. He's also a right back for them, but he's got the experience from Accra Lions. Okay. From New Edibiasi to Accra Lions in 3 seasons. And so for now, he's matured.
Of course. And of course, at Accra Lions, you are very sure that he's getting some good education. So you know that you are getting a player of good quality.
Yeah, so we have to build up to the match day 8 of the Ghana Premier League. But before we do that, let's look at the general statistics. Home wins are 35. Away wins
Ghana Premier League is a home heavy league. That's if you are new to the Ghana Premier League, just remember that it's a home heavy league.
And do you agree with me that Hearts and Kotoko are not winning the league because of late their home form have been very
That's true. They've not been as consistent as, because if you look at the numbers we've gone through, Samatex were doing what you were mentioning. Was it 13 of 17? Yes. Ediana in years by would do
about with that time we play 15. They would do about
14 or 15. You mentioned this team that did 16 of 17. Samatex did 16 of 17.
Mediama will give you 14.
14 of. So until Hearts and Kotoko can start to do these numbers at home, they are not going to win the league.
Yes, and that's it. And so that's it. And so the draws are 17. We have 112 goals scored, 78 for the home, 34 away, and in matches. The 78 over 35 games and 34 over 8 matches. And then the first half goals. Obviously, the Premier League is we have more goals in the second half. And
why?
Because of the players that are being introduced in the second half.
Okay.
And usually the coaches, and so we should have to give credit to the coaches and how they are able to analyze the game and come out with strategies in scoring in the second half. And so, for last season it was same, last 2 seasons it was same, last 3 seasons it was the same.
Wow. You had more second half goals
than the first half.
I'll be very curious to know the evolution of the second half goals. Let's say if we go back to, maybe we can have a good baseline. Let's say 4 or 5 seasons ago. I don't know if you have. Maybe you can dig through your archives and you can share those numbers with us. The
minutes.
No, I'm talking about the trends of this. Not in the minutes, but like, for example, you said last season it was the same. We had more second half goals. I just want to know the specific numbers from here. So we can, if you put it on a graph, to see whether or not the second half goals are increasing decreasing season on season. It fascinates me a lot.
Yes, we have the total. We have the total goals on graph, but we have to do the first and second.
Yes, let's do the first. I just want to assess across the seasons.
Yes,
right. Because let's say we can look at it, the totals at the end of, let's say, if you go back 5 seasons, then we can compare the second half goal numbers. Are they rising or dropping? But I think the general premise is that more goals are scored in the second half than the first.
So the 213 yellow cards, that's 3 per game.
Yeah, I was looking at that. 3.5, almost 3.6.
Yes. So
wow.
Averagely, that's
per game. 3 yellow cards per game.
It's okay. It's fair. It's fair. Usually when people say 213 in 60 matches, then they start. But it's 3.
When you work the number, it's about 3.5 per game.
Per game.
3 or 4 per game.
But if it is 4 per game, it's normal. 2 years. I think that's fair enough. And then we have 8 red cards. shown, and then penalty awarded. We have 13
so far.
And it's Kamara Dini Mahmoud against Swejo Blacks.
Clement, I saved that.
Yes, he
Clement,
saved that. And so we have 3 own goals in the Ghana Premier League. I think it's fair enough. We have to build up to match day.
Yes, so match day 8 for our listeners. Let me give you the fixtures for match day 8. We'll get into each one specifically. Time check is 8:42. If you have any comments, you can send them to our WhatsApp. We'll go through those messages. Let's not forget that we'll be discussing the EFL Cup games from England and then touch on 1 or 2. The guys will be here. I see that the production side is full today. It's a full squad. Are you guys the substitutes coming in? Is that why we score more second half goals in the Ghana? Because I see that super squad, Immortal, I see Kelvin, I see Emmanuel Ayamga and co, Abigail and co, the lead strikers who are coming to score the goals in the second half.
And I'm also here.
Mo Shaban is also here, but we are starting the game though. We are scoring all the goals, so you won't have any to score. Anyway, the full fixture list for the Ghana Premier League match week 8. Bechem United and Nations, they start on Friday. It's a 3:30 p.m. game. Hohoe United take on Midiama. So Midiama are traveling, and if you've observed the pattern, we've noticed that Midiama's travels are usually not too beneficial to them. So that's on Saturday. The host of the games on Sunday, Brekum Chelsea welcome Vision FC. Gold Stars host Young Apostles. Dreams take on Samatex in a game Dreams must get something from. They must win, I think. Holy Stars versus Hearts of Oak. Hearts will look at this game and look at it with a lot of interest because they could potentially win. All Blacks face Heart of Lions in a very interesting game. Asante Kotoko hosts Karela, and 11 Wonders, who have lost their coach Neo Date Lamte, they take on Aduana Stars. That game is on Monday. It's the final game of the round at 3 p.m. Okay, so I see the live game. So the ones on TV, Bechem United and Nations, Hohoe United and Midiama, and Asante Kotoko taking on Karela. Mo, which of these games are the standout games that we should all pay attention to this weekend?
I think the live games are solid. Let me quickly rush you through, and then I'll add the Baseke Heart of fixture to it. And so we are going to do the statistical analysis of the fixtures. We'll add what to expect, the key players and the data around it. And so it's going to be more educative so that we understand. Now, Bechem United Nations FC, interestingly, Nations FC have never won a Premier League game since their debut in 2023-24 against Bechem.
They haven't won a game against Bechem, and not at home, not away.
Yes. And again, Nations FC have never scored a goal at the Nana Fosuji Ball Park against Bechem United.
So listeners, the Nana Fosuji Ball Park is where Bechem United play their home games, for those who don't know.
Yes.
Nations have never scored a goal there.
Never. And their first season, the 2023-24, they lost 3-0. Their second season, last season, 2024-25, they lost 2-0. 5 goals conceded, 0 goals scored. And then...
So this weekend, they will lose on 1-0?
No, but this is the first part of the statistics. I'm taking you to the second part of it. And so per the first part, it gives an advantage to Bechem United. Again, Nations FC have appointed a new coach. That's Frimpong Manson.
This is his
Interestingly, Frimpong Manson as a coach has never lost to Bechem United.
He hasn't lost to Bechem before. I see.
And even this season, he has played against Bechem match. They beat them 2-1 at Danks Park.
Okay. As Gold Stars head
last season, he went to Bechem to beat them 2-0. Yes, and even as a coach of Bofo, he didn't lose to Bechem United.
Does he have something personal? Like, is it something he doesn't like Bechem, or I don't know?
So the first data shows that Bechem have the advantage because of their strength against Nil. But the second data shows that the Nations coach is exceptional and could cause a surprise against Bechem. You know, the former coach of Nations FC was a former coach of Bechem, and that is Kasim Mingo. Yes, and so he qualified the team for the second time to the Premier League, Bechem United. When they came in the first season, 2011-2012, they were relegated. He came to pick the team from Division 1, qualified them in the Premier League, came back again in the 2020-21. After 2 seasons, he went to Nations FC, and then he tried to transform Nations FC, but then he failed to score a goal at the Nana Fosuji Abo Park. Now Frimpong Manson takes over. Now, if you pick Bechem United in their last 3 games played at home, they are unbeaten. They've drawn 2, they've won once. They drew against Baseke, they drew against Heart of Oak, and then they won to Vision. And again, no team has scored against Bechem United at the Nana Fosuji Abo Park this season in 3 matches. but then they are not scoring more. Yes, and for Nations FC, they've lost all their away games this season, 3-0 points going into the fixture against Beche United. So a dicey fixture, but then August Nokra is back in the squad.
For Beche.
Yes, he's assisted one. They will miss out their striker Darwin Yeboah because of injury, but Foster Sakite is expected to lead the attack of the team as the center forward, and then they have one of the skillful wingers, I call him the darling boy of the league, Emmanuel Aban. He's also going to start from the left side. And so this is going to be all attacking. And for Nations FC, Richard Danso will start from the right side. Emmanuel Ano will be there. And then Faisal Chawete will be from the left side. And so it's going to be all attacking game. But it looks like Bechem are going to use more of the flank because of Okra. He's from the flank. And for Nations, they are going to use the center forward because of the strength of Emmanuel Ano. And so the strength of Nations from the center forward area, and then the strength of Bechem will be from the wings. If Bechem fails to do a lot of crosses, they are not going to score. If Nations FC do not create space around the 18-yard box of Beche United, then they are also going to struggle. So a tough one. Let's move on to the Saturday fixture where Hoho United meet Medeama SC. Like I said, from last season, Medeama 11 games played away on the road. They've won once, they've lost 10 out of the 11. And
this is disturbing.
Yes, they've lost 10 out of the 11, and that is where Tanko Ibrahim was now put attention to, because if you want to win the league, then you have to start taking 1 point away.
You talk about that run. So if I'm correct, that run will go back to what? January?
Yes, from January.
From January this year?
Yes.
Okay.
2025.
In 2025, they have not won. Yes. They've won 1 away game in 11.
Yes, and they've
lost 10.
Yes, and so that's a difficult one. For Hoho United, I think I said I'll test them with a big game, and that was against Ediana. And that is
they lost that game.
And so it is likely in the big games they are likely to drop points unless
what went wrong in that game?
Because of experience. Yes, a newly promoted side would have to have a feel of that, and so things have changed. You know, Hoho United try to keep their players that gain promotion with them. That is Sena Ati, Osman Safiano, William Odolo, Abbas Ganiyu. Abbas has played the Premier League. In fact, he has a record in the Premier League in the 2021-22 season. A player to score in 7 consecutive league games.
Okay.
That year he played for 11
Wonders. Okay.
Yes, and so
when Wonders were a better team, not now.
Not now. And so Abbas Ganiyu is leading their attack. And they have Kwame Paul as a centre back. They have Alosode, John Alosode is also there. We have Prince Amevo, Beve. They have equally good players.
One of their players was in the assist numbers.
Yes, that's Osman Safian
3.
Yes, they have a good squad, but in fact, the exposure is not really the pressure would come. And then for Medeama, the only way Hohoi can avoid conceding is to make sure that Prince Owusu, the Black Star boy, Kevin Nkrumah, and then one other player, Emmanuel Owusu, do not find their feet at Derek Fordjo. You see, Medeama are more offensive side. Now, to avoid conceding against Medeama, you have to dominate and dictate the pace. When you allow them to dictate the pace, these players will also
you have problems.
Especially when they have better attackers than Ediana. Ediana have got good attackers because Mizaki Free and then Emmanuel Mafo. And then Henny Amponsan, these strikers dominated Hohoi and they scored. And so if you are going to play against a side that have from their midfield to the attack are all offensive, because Salim Adams is a defensive midfielder for Medeama, but he will be more offensive. He's former Hartlepool midfielder, and so it work for them. So Medeama are also going to use the wings. And you know one thing, Medeama they have a right back, Kamada Dini. Last season he was a right back with the most goals, 8 goals. This season he already has 2. And so you would always see Kamada in the 18-yard box of Hohoi United, especially from set piece, corner kicks, everything. You see him there. And so for Hohoi United to take advantage, they have to also cut in. And Hohoi plays one top. They have Abbas Ganiyu as their center forward and rely on wingers. So the advantage Hohoi will have in this game is that while Medeama were attacking more,
they can hit them.
They can hit them from the counter.
Hit them on
that
the
is
counter.
The advantage they have. If they fail to take their chances from the counter, Medeama could get a goal, and that would be.
I mean, and you talk about Medeama's midfield, and it's a very, very strong midfield, a very attack-minded midfield.
Salim Adams, Emmanuel Owusu, Prince Owusu.
Those are, I mean, these are
Derek Ford.
Derek Ford. So
and then
even their
Salam
central
Adam.
midfielders have attacking instincts,
Yes.
right?
And then they are right and led by Desmond Bafu, the left back. Kamara didn't mount.
They are always bombing
Yes,
forward.
yes, they would, and that is why, if you watch why they lost to Hartlepool last season at the TNA Stadium, you could see that Hartlepool used a counter. Almost all their players will go. Then it will be 2v1, 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 and then
they score.
And that is the
So
challenge.
Hawaii United,
Yes.
you need to be very careful against Mediama. And as Mo said, it's true. When you allow Mediama to dominate a game, you are likely to be in trouble.
Yes.
And Mediama do have a very strong history of very solid midfielders. Kwesi Donsu, one of my favorite midfielders
Kwakwa.
in the Eric Kwakwa, Rashid Notte.
Joseph Tetezuta.
So these guys, so if you are, there's this tradition about maybe Justice Blay about having very good midfielders. So if you allow them to dominate a game,
That's it.
you are going to struggle.
That's it. And so that's it. Let's talk about Kotoko Karela. With the Kotoko Karela, I think we have some data here. That
Yeah, there were
will give
some numbers, some Karela numbers, very good.
insights going into the fixture. What do you see? I want you to go through and I'll tell you.
Okay, this is what I will say.
Okay.
One, from a numbers perspective, Kotoko do not score a lot against Karela
Yes.
at home. Two, Kotoko only have 2 wins in their last 5.
Yes.
For 3 straight seasons, they drew 1-1. Okay, so at least from the numbers, that's what I can say, that Kotoko do not typically do well against Karela, even though it is 5 unbeaten, but 2 wins and 3 draws.
Statistically, Kotoko would have to score 2 goals to win.
Yes,
Because Karela
more than if they need to score more than 2 to win
Karela
a
is
game.
likely to score 1.
Yeah,
So 2-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1,
1-0, yeah.
And this is an improved Karela side over the last 5.
yeah.
This Karela side is the most improved over the last 5. And
Add to the fact that Asante Kotoko no longer have Albert Amwa.
Amwa in the squad. And
Kwame Poku may come back, but he's still.
No,
I doubt if he's
it's
coming.
doubtful for the fixture.
You know.
Yes.
So which means that Kotoko now need to find goals somewhere.
Yes. They have to score 2 to get 2-1. Kotoko have to score 2 to get the 2-1.
Because Karela is likely
to score
to
their
score
1.
Yeah.
They are likely to get their 1. Now, even when Kotoko, so let's go maybe for the audience, 2-1, 2020-21, 2021-22, 1-1. At Kotoko's home, 2022-23, 1-1, 2023-24, 1-1, 2024-25, Karela fails to score. So the only season where Kotoko can score 1 and sleep is when Karela fails to score. But Karela getting the goal against Kotoko is high, 1 goal. And Karela cannot score more than a goal against Kotoko. Now, Karela this season have been very good, but they are going to face a side that in the last 13 matches at home, they've won 11, they've drawn 2. They've scored in each of their last 13 home games at the Babayara. The last time Kotoko lost a fixture was way back in 17th November 2024 at home, and that was played at the Obuasi Linkley where they lost 2-1 and they lost 2-0 to Nations FC. That's it.
Yeah, okay.
And from there,
Okay.
Kotoko in 13 games, league games, they've won 11, drawn 2. They've drawn 2 twice against Heart of Lions and against Bechim United. Only Bechim and Heart of Lions have picked
Sporty
points.
FM.
Heart of Oak have lost there, Gold Stars have lost there, Vision FC have lost there, Diana, Brekum Chelsea, all teams have basically only stars apart from Bechim and also Heart of Lions. And Heart of Lions, the last time they played at home was 0-0. Now for Karela United, they lost to Hohoi 4-1 at Hohoi Stadium. Aside that, they've picked the points against Samatex 1-1. And so Karela on the road are not bad. Possibly picking a point. They even if they will lose, they will score 1 goal. And so an example against Hohoi, they lost 4-1. They drew 1-1 to FC Samatex as well. So picking a point at home away is positive for them.
Their away run so far in the league is 2 draws and a loss.
Yes, and so they are likely to go out there and get that 1 goal going into the fixture. Now, for Kumasa and Kotoko, the question is that without Albert Amwa, who takes over, Kotoko usually deploy the 4-3-3 formation, where if Albert Amwa is part, he will be part of the wingers
Who play from the right.
or usually from the right, and Morifin Donsu, and then we have Peter Midu Aqua
From the left.
But it looks like this time they have to rely on Inusa from the right side, then Peter Miduakwa and then Morifin Donsu. Now they have no option than to build confidence in Morifin Donsu until he gets his first goal. Maybe when they get from a penalty, they give it to him, then he starts building his confidence. And in the midfield, Walid Fuseni is one key player for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He is going to play as an offensive midfielder, and the Lord Hilary Adabo will be deployed as a defensive midfielder going into the fixture. And so that is the advantage. Kotoko in the midfield, Walid would have a lot of work to do. You know, Emmanuel Intri would start from the bench. Baba Yaya is back from injury. Saka Dauda is also a winger. He's also back from the injury. And these are a lot of options for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. For Karela United, this is a new set of team.
Last season was very difficult for them, so they went improving their
They
team.
have Bless Ege, Ivan Soseusu, and then Malik Abubakar, a striker. And so they go with the 4-2-3-1 formation. And so Malik will be leading the attack, but they have two wingers who joins the midfield, and that is Bless Ege and then Eric Entrikunedu. So they will be joining. But for Ivan Soseusu, maybe he will be coming in as a sub going to the fixture against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. An advantage for Kotoko based on their home records, and for Karela United based on what they are doing this season. You know, playing against Kotoko is so much a motivation for them, and so that really makes it more dicey going into the fixture. Let's see how the Karela defense of Fatah Mohammed, Ali Al-Hassan, a left back, Fatah Mohammed, a right back, Gariba Faisal, a centre back, and then Yaya Abdurrahman, a centre back, blocks Kotoko from penetrating. But let's see how without Abet Ama Kotoko can. You know, the last time they played against Nations without Abet Ama, they failed to score. Let's see how they go into the fixture. Let's look at the last game. This game, Basake House of Folk. I want to tell you some interesting story of Basake Holy Stars. You know, Basake have played 18 matches at home since making their debut in the 2024-25 season in September 2024. They've lost twice. The 18 matches, they've lost twice. They've won 10. They've drawn 6.
Okay, that's very good. That's very good home form. 30. So that's 36 points.
Yes.
From a possible 54.
10 plus 6 plus 2, that's 18, right?
Yeah, 10, 6 to 18.
Yes.
So out of a possible 54, they've picked up 36.
Now
30 from wins, 6 from draws. Okay.
So they've lost twice, right? Now the teams that they've lost to, you know, Basake is a Western Regional side. They've lost to only Western Region teams, Gold Stars and Medium.
Okay.
So if you're not a Western Region team,
you can't beat them at home.
But 6 draws, Heart of Folk 0-0, Kotoko 1-1, Dreams FC 1-1, Ediana 0-0. So a possible 0-0 if you are playing them away. Now, Heart of Folk away too are not conceding. Now, Heart of Folk are unbeaten in their last 14 league games, both home and away.
They're unbeaten in their last 14
league games, both home and away.
Wow.
14. Both home and away combined, 14.
But the reason why, again, listeners, the reason why you look at that record and ask, okay, so why are they not in the mix for the title? It's because a lot of that unbeaten run is built on draws.
Yes, draws. Yes. And so that is it. But Heart of Folk this season away, combined from the last 6 they are unbeaten. The last 6 they won 4.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if you are still on. Okay. I can't hear Mo. It looks like Mo's mic is off. We'll get back to Mo in a second.
Sporty FM.
This is still the Sporty Breakfast. You can send in your comments 054-257-106. And we'll be wrapping up the Ghana Premier League chit chat in a bit there for you. We'll be wrapping up in a bit. We are talking about Basake Holy Stars taking on Accra Hearts of Oak. Hearts of Oak are on the road. Mo, you were dealing with.
Yeah, so Hearts of Oak are unbeaten away 6. And that's an impressive record. But the draws are many.
That's the thing.
But they are picking some points on the road as well. But
the last away win they got was at Brekum Chelsea. 2-0. And very late in the game.
It is part of the last 6. Beating them last season, later parts, beating them this season also. And so that's possible. But the problem is that Basake have never scored this season. 6 games, 0 goal. And I'm looking at how they can penetrate the Hearts defense of Kevin Osesibi, David Opafani, and the left back Ransford Mensah, as well as the right back Amankwabe. These are solid back four, including goalkeeper Benjamin Asari. You know, Hearts of Oak have considered to only one club, that's Gold Stars this season. So I'm looking at how Baseke will even get a goal, because they are not strong in terms of goal scoring. Even against 11 Wonders, they picked up a goalless draw, and so that is a challenge I'm looking at. But for Hearts of Oak, the only problem is the attack. You know, Coach Masoud is still assessing the strikers. Sometimes you see Prince Kobuno Usu, you find Kakari, you find Hamza leading the attack, and it looks like per what has happened over the weekend, where Hamza failed to convert some chances, he's going to give opportunity to Frankie Buraduku, and it doesn't look like Prince Kobuno Usu will start. It will be Mauli Wayo, because the last the last two
Wayo scored over the weekend.
Yes, and he scored the last time. The last two games for Hearts of Oak, Mauli Wayo has scored in the
against
last
Bekum Chelsea
against
Gold Stars.
So that's a positive one. But now, if Duku starts, Wayo starts, then he needs to deploy one additional winger. Maybe possibly he could.
Who is he going with?
He is going to go with maybe Martin Kakari as one of the wingers, and then Isubontina at his backup. But for the midfield, it's okay, because it looks like Rocky Dramina, in the absence of Abdul Karim, who is injured, has partnered Rafael Amponsa so well. Paku George, Hussein are doing their work. Hussein is very good, displaying so
Paku scored last weekend.
Yes, he scored last week. He's assisted the last time they played away against Bekum Chelsea, and so that's a positive one. We expect a good encounter. I look at how Baseke can pick a point. This looks like an away point again. If Hearts of Oak fails to score, that will be a draw. If they manage to get one or two goals like they did against Bekum Chelsea, a possible win for them. It's a tough weekend. Match day 8.
Match day, we'll see. Holy Stars are bottom of the table, a goal difference of -9. They are yet to score. They've conceded 9. All right, so that's how the fixture list looks like. Let me just run it by listeners once again, and then we will move the show on. Bechem United versus Nations, that's tomorrow. Hohoi United versus Mediamat on Saturday. On Sunday, Bekum Chelsea taking on Vision. Gold Stars taking on Young Apostles. Dreams versus Samatex. Holy Stars taking on Hearts of Oak. Swedru All Blacks welcome Hearts of Lions. Asante Kotoko at home to Karela. We've established that Kotoko's home record against Karela is not... I mean, they've won 2 of the last 5, but it means they need a lot of goals to put Karela away. Just looking at results from the last 5 seasons, and then 11 Wonders welcome Ediana Stars. 4 minutes after 9. Mo, before we leave, if somebody wanted to go watch a game this weekend, which game is the standout game of this round? What's that one game that you think people should keep their eyes on this weekend in the Ghana Premier League?
I think the Bechem Nations FC will see a very good game. Very good game. But
all the stories.
Yeah, but because most of the games are live, I would urge everyone to at least, we have 3 tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. At least we should all watch the live games. These are big games too, and then it's live on Facebook as well.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if you are not at the office or at home, you can still pick your phone, go to Ghana Premier League page, Facebook, and watch the live matches. Yes.
Wonderful. Mo Shaban, thank you so much for passing through. It's always pleasure chit-chatting with you about the Ghana Premier League. We'll do this again soon when we have a few more weeks of some of these statistics.
We have Super Clash next week.
Super Clash is next weekend.
Next week, Sunday, 9th November.
Of course. Then we'll bring you back.
I'll send me back.
You have to come back. It's the biggest game on the calendar. Thank you. We'll talk about Hearts versus Kotoko. You see, because I like that game because of different reasons. Yes, it's the biggest game. But what I like about it are the side stories, the interesting plots, and all the things that accompany the Super Clash. Last season, I watched it at the Accra Sports Stadium. I was very disappointed by what I saw. It wasn't a great performance.
But
hopefully this weekend, next weekend, it should be an improvement.
Yes.
And well, we'll see. We'll see how Kotoko fare with life post Albert Amoah. We'll see how the new Hearts of Oak and Didi Dramani playing against his former team. Let's see what will happen. But Mo, thank you so much. We'll speak again soon.
Yes, sir.
Your comments are welcome. 054-257-1061. Let's see if there are some WhatsApp comments. 6 after 9. We'll get into talk of the EFL. Liverpool are really going through it. They are really, really, really experiencing tough times. (054-257-1061). All right, 7 minutes after 9. Let's take some calls. Kweku from Bournemouth has sent a message. It says, great analysis from a Ghana Premier League expert. Mo knows his Ghana Premier League like nobody's business. I'm telling you, man. Says the information he dropped there, the go sweet this weekend. Keep it up. Little by little, we'll start falling in love with the Ghana Premier League. Big ups to you and the team. Thank you. Kweku from Bournemouth send that. You can give me a call, 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. What do you make of the Ghana Premier League? The interesting numbers, the interesting statistics. There will be some chit chat on the EFL Cup games from last night, so be on the lookout for that. 054-257-1061. Give me a call. I want you to share your thoughts on the Ghana Premier League. I said I'd share some numbers. Mo Shaban joined me to dissect more of the numbers and to build up to this weekend's game. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Hello, Nathan.
Yes.
Michael here.
Michael, you've called back.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You see, Mo Shaban was talking about how they put the highlights on YouTube. It's very good, but then you see, the Premier League, I've been following them on Facebook, and every weekend they do like some videos to entice with the followers of the Premier League. So they will select the goals of the week, the sales of the week, and other important highlights. And so maybe you see, we people we are familiar with the Facebook. So my suggestion that they should also consider the Facebook app, so that they can put some of the highlights over there, so that we can work like sales of the week, goals of the week.
Okay.
It should be very important.
Okay.
And again,
Facebook. Okay, no problem. I'm noting it down.
And again, too, we are pleading on Sporty because you guys, we are saying that we love the foreign sports. We want to be, close to our local league. So I don't know if this will be just the end of Mo Shaban being here every week, or I don't know. Like if you'll be able to come maybe Thursdays or Fridays, come and share some highlights about the league.
Okay.
It will be very good.
Okay.
And finally, he was saying that the league will be won the first part of the season.
He was just saying that, just looking at history, because in one season somebody like tops the first round and they win the next season, so like it alternates.
But then this season it will be very close.
Okay.
It will be very, very close, because if you check the point gap between from first season Asante Kotoko, it's about 5 points. So the points is not just wide like that.
Yeah.
Because from 16 to 15 to 14, so the points are very close.
Yeah.
And Adriana Stars is not backing down anything.
Yeah.
Understand? Heart of Lions to the same, and the other teams are fully. It's going to be a very keenly contested league. And it has been since about from last season up to match with 33, we didn't know the winner of the league.
Yeah, that's true.
I also think that's the thing is going to happen this season. Because the teams over there, they are very wild. House of Lions is playing excellently. Regina to the same thing. So I don't think that the league will be won in the first half. I think to go a very long way, maybe after match with 30, that's where we are going to see the winner of the league. Okay, all right. Interesting prediction. It could happen. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But Michael, thank you so much for the call and for the suggestions. I'll pass them on to Mo, and then we'll see what they can do about that. All right. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. This is the Sporty Breakfast. We just dissected some Ghana Premier League numbers with Mo Shaban. You can send me your thoughts. You can give me a call too.
Let me take this caller. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Hello.
Good morning, Richard.
Yes, good morning.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm also fine.
What's the matter?
I want to talk about House of Folk and their recent form.
No problem. I want you to lower the volume of your radio. It's giving me feedback.
Okay.
Sporty FM.
Okay. All I want to say is that Gigi the Money is doing a great job with House of Folk.
Mm-hmm.
And I want House of Folk to win this weekend because I'm a House of Folk fan. And let us applaud the players, especially my number one, Ben Asari and Asibe.
Mm-hmm.
Asibe has been excellently fantastic. Him and Afrani in the defense and Wayo on the wings, they are all doing well. But all I'm having, the problem I'm having is House of Folk is the goal scoring, and I want the money to put his focus on our goal scoring because we don't want to go to Basket this weekend and go and take a point and bring
This
it back.
is Sporty FM, the voice of sport.
I want the money to bring us all the 3 points so that our next match you go forward and win that match. That's what I want to say.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that. I like that. He wants Hearts of Oak to go and get the goals. I mean, look, with Didi Dramani in charge, it will take Hearts of Oak a while. Didi Dramani likes his teams to be defensively solid first. So it will take a while before Hearts start going crazy on the scoring side. Didi will get the team to be solid first, make them unbeatable. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Sporty FM.
My name is Clinton. I'm calling from Committee 22.
Okay, please go ahead.
I will go very good because you have done a good. Every team now they are playing very well. So I wish House of Folk to win this weekend, and I'll be happy. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. 054-257-1061. Let's take one more call and then we can talk about the EFL Cup games from last night. Hello.
Hello, Nathan. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, this is Ellie from Spintex.
All right. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so with the league issue,
Sporty FM.
you see how you guys, Mo Shaban is one of the guys I admire so much. He has dedicated his time to be giving us statistics. It's like more or less like our Opta, our local league Opta. You see, so the guy is doing a good job. You, the journalists, you try your best to promote the league. But the problem lies with the administrators, the people who run the House of Folk and the Kotoko. That's why some time ago I called you and I said, you people shouldn't be wasting your time talking about the local league. Do you know why the local league is sinking every day?
Why?
Our people still see football to be leisure, but not business.
Okay.
Yes, they see the football to be like leisure. Oh, if you are bored, let's go and play some football. If they've seen the football to be busy, like how the Europeans and the North Africans see the football to be business, would it be where we are? Because you can't tell me that Kotoko. Your classmates, it's like maybe you are Achimota or Mauli or maybe you are Ogasco. And now all of a sudden you have become like, excuse me to say, Odogono Secondary School.
Hey, so the people at Odogono, they won't be happy with you.
No, they won't be happy, but you can't tell me that Odogono and Ogasco, they're on the same level, or Prempeh, they're on the same level. Let's face the facts. These people are grade A school, Odogono is more like grade B or grade C. So Kotoko has become a grade C level. That's it. The LLEs that you used to compete with them, they are still maintaining their grade A status. The Real Madrid that we knew from the 50s to the 60s, they still maintain their grade A status. Why? Because they saw the football to be business. They don't want to go down. the class who took the football lightly, now they are in like those Nottingham Forest and Co. who used to win a champion. Now see where they are. They are now trying to get back to where they used to be, but it's too late. That's why I respect all these Manchester United and the Liverpools and all, because they've been at the top for a very long time. So this has some Kotoko people. They see the football to be leisure. Let's go and play football. Let's go and do this. Because if you see the football to be business, you pay your players well and they'll remain here. You save for sponsorship. You force the FA to invest in the league. You got to a time we're playing the football without sponsorship. Which country will you do this thing? It went on for like 3-4 years. So I like the way you guys have the passion to be promoting the local league. But the league is sinking and sinking by the day. If Kotoka can go and take 5-1, House of Oak will go and take 6-1, you can see that no, they are not learning. And what is paining me that they don't learn. No. They will come back and make all the noise. But they are not learning. No Ghanaian football club right now can go to the Champions League group stage. It's a fact. Because we are joking. Now see the Tanzanian league. Tanzania, who used to be at the bottom, now see Simba and Yanga. If they are playing the Adebie, now forget about Hassan Kotoko, the Super League. When if Simba SC and Young Africans, they are playing that they are debut, my brother. I watched it the other day on DSTV. I said, wow, the host, even the public, the enthusiasm, the promotion before the league, outside the stadium, if you see the crowd, I said, wow, Young Africans. And now see where they are in Africa. 2 years ago, Young Africans were in the Confederation Cup final. Last Simba was in the Confederation Cup final. Now see 4 of the Tanzanian clubs, they are now in the group stage of Confederation. So what are they doing that we every day we are still calling Niayi Bonte, we are calling every bad Mensa? Those for them done their part. We are still going on the 20-30 years ago history. And Niayi Bonte say, and Herbert Mansa was able to do this. The time Herbert Mansa wasn't winning the league, but people were going to the stadium. Ask the man why? How did he do it? Now they'll come and make the noise. Oh, super clash. Only 11,000 people go to the stadium. How can we make the league? So I like the enthusiasm with which people promote the league. But the runners of the club, they don't learn. They are not learning. The owners of House of Folk, the owners of Kotoko, they are not learning, my brother. They are the ones running the club. They are not learning. So I like the way you go. Me like this. I used to be Kotoko fan. I'm still Kotoko fan too, but nothing pushes me. I'm Kotoko in Liverpool. Liverpool is not doing well, but I would rather go and buy Liverpool jersey for 300 Ghana cedis. Because I know that even though we are not doing well now, we'll learn quick and get back to the top. But my people are Kotoko. They will not learn. So I like, yeah, okay. It's a fact, my brother. So I like the way you guys are promoting. You are doing your bit, but upon all this, it will be like you are pouring water on the stone. It will not go anywhere. Our league will continue to sink. That's how I see it. I'm not the prophet of doom, but that's what I see. Okay. So thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. 9:20. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Let's take a spot of music. When we come back, we talk about the EFL Cup games from last night. Chelsea, Liverpool, all of that. There's a caller who's trying to sneak their way through. Let me take this one. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Nathan.
Yes. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
This one, I'm listening to what you and most about doing.
Yeah. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Colin from Mandina.
Okay.
We are in Ghana, but our clubs are very far away from us.
Oh, how?
Yeah. I'm a United fan. If I want to get any news there in the UK, it's very easy, very accessible. But here, you find it difficult. So this thing doesn't encourage you, the young ones, to follow the Kotokos that they have. This is the thing. If you ask me to mention 10, about 10 Kotoko I can't. But here, and I can mention more than 10, and even the academic players in the Man United women's team, the players I can mention them. Accessing information is very difficult. So that's one of the problems. So I think they should look at that side.
Okay.
But now we the young ones are not interested in the Ghana league. Because it's difficult to access news. Even players news, we find it difficult to know. If Kampoku is standing right in front of me right now, I will even identify him as Kampoku. But I know by name, but face, I don't know. So they should work on that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, let's do the Sporty Breakfast. Let's take a spot of music. When we come back, Then we can talk about the EFL Cup games from last night. Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, all of that. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Your comments are welcome. 054-257-1061. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
You're locked on to Sporty 106.1 FM in Accra, 91.3 FM in Kumasi, and 102.
Analysis and yes, all the review from yesterday's games. Well, it was quite interesting. Liverpool losing again to Crystal Palace, and this is their 6th loss in the last 7 games that they've played. Well, also other interesting results. Chelsea, the discipline is quite a problem for Nana Kwame Labi. He'll come here to explain why Chelsea are consistently getting yellow cards and red cards in the team. There's a Sporty Breakfast Show live on Sporty 106.1 FM across our socials on Instagram and then Facebook at Sporty FM _ on X2 Sporty FM _ also on YouTube. You can catch us there. But before we get into the discussions, well, have you heard the latest from MTN? Well, this is something great. Just listen to me and get the gist from MTN. For those of you who love the MTN free after one, well, there's something great that has come up for you, an upgraded experience that is MTN free after one extra. So the free after one now has a free after one extra for you. Let me tell you what the extra is all about. MTN free after one gives you the opportunity to talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes you talk, which means for every 10 minutes you talk within the hour, You only pay for the first minute and you get to talk for 60 minutes straight with no interruptions. It's like what you hear. You like what you hear? Yes, this is something great coming in for you. Whoa. It's not that is all for you. There is also 100 megabytes of data that is available for you for free after your first call on Saturdays. You have 100 megabytes free data after your first call on Saturday. So, you see, it's the time to talk extra with all the people you love. Just don't delay, because lots of goodies from MTN. To subscribe to MTN free after one extra today, just dial star 550 hash, star 550 hash, and follow the prompt. MTN free after one. This is an upgraded experience that you would love. Well, Michael Asaribuado has joined me, and let's quickly get to him and then get into the details of what transpired yesterday. But Michael, thanks for joining us this morning. Are you surprised with what is happening to Liverpool?
No, not really.
Why no?
But I wanted them to be better than they are doing currently. Why no? Because if you look at the exertions of the Liverpool team last season, they basically played a consistent streak of games. They barely rotated, and it was to carry forward into this season. So the expectation was that they were going to burn out, and Arne Slot will now need to rotate. Something is not so comfortable with. If you check the Champions League last season, they rotated in their final league phase game against PSV Eindhoven, and it was horrible. And that was actually the first defeat they suffered at that stage in the competition. And Slot had always kept faith with a trusted core, 15, 16 players that he operated with. He's one manager who barely changes. And so a lot of the Liverpool players who are even part of the first team don't get many opportunities. The likes of Federico Chiesa, Gomez, Wataru, Endo, these are first team players, but they barely get a run in when it matters most. And that's why I think Slot is struggling this time around to blend in new players to try to get the result. And things are not really working well for them. And so, that is what I expected from the Liverpool team. But I still think with the kind of transfer market that they went into, with their kind of business they did, they should have been doing better than they are doing now. So I think whatever Liverpool goes through is a combination of various factors coming together. It is one, the coaching is poor, it needs to improve. Two, the players themselves are not playing up to the level required of them. And these all piece together to make Liverpool's slump so far a reality. So I think there needs to be change. There needs to be.
And Michael, if you look at the next couple of games that they will be engaged in, it's going to be quite difficult. Were you much surprised, or did you expect Arne Slot to change his squad? Because the coaches will tell you need that confidence to build up on victories. How then did he decide to just alter his entire team and play with a new squad altogether?
Yeah, I think yesterday he made 10 changes to the Liverpool team, which is very upset for any top-flight coach to do that. Again, judging by the opponent, and a Premier League opponent who's been a thorn in your flesh in recent games, right from the Community Shield. Crystal Palace have always been having a go at Liverpool. And so in such a game, I think he should have been a bit smart in terms of his rotation. But if you decide to change at a go 10 players, and then you even play players out of position, because for what it's worth, Andy Robertson is not even functioning efficiently as a lateral back. And then you slot him into central defense, and he has to pair with Joe Gomez, who has not had enough or consistent minutes to build his confidence and then be in a position where he can lead from the back. So you look at Liverpool's central defense, and there was no proper center back and no leader there. Andy Robertson, yes, he's an experienced player, but playing him in central defense is like a fish out of water. He'll be very uncomfortable. And that was not smart decision making. Again, the decision to start their third choice goalkeeper, Woodman, instead of George Mamadashvili. You see, Mamadashvili would need a run of games that can build him up and make him look like he's a typical Liverpool goalkeeper. He's very good. He's a very good shot stopper. The difference is that he's not really settled in at Liverpool. It has not really feel at home because he just joined them, although they signed him last season. So you need to give him consistent appearances, build him up, make sure that he can take charge of this team. So you look at the Liverpool back line, and the only constant in there was Milos Kerkesh, who's also a player playing out of form. Defensively, he's not contributed much. So it is much more like Slot set his team up to fail. They were not in any position to do anything positive with that basis or with that foundation. If your defense is solid enough, then it allows the forward players and the midfield players to focus on what they can do. Again, playing players out of position. Federico Chiesa effectively is a wing attacker. You play him as a center forward. I don't know what Slot wanted in this game, but he gave the indication that he didn't really care about it. And he will be okay with Liverpool losing and being eliminated from the Carabao Cup much more than them continuing or extending their stay in the competition. And that is clearly told from the kind of lineup he put up, and then how the roles he gave players on the field of play. So he set them up for failure, and he has to own up to it. I was very bemused when I saw him in the post-match press conference saying that a lot of people are not really assessing the Liverpool squad well, and many people expect that they will have like 25 players in their team. He even did comparisons with that of Manchester City and then Chelsea. But then again, he fails to appreciate the fact that if it comes to rotation, Pep, Maresca have done that excellently. Maresca has found a way to integrate Estevao into the team. Even for Facundo Buonanotte, he has been introduced into the team. Now, he feels more familiar playing in this Liverpool team, maybe than typical Joe Gomez, Wataru will feel in the Liverpool side. So these managers, albeit they have large squad sizes, have found a way to allow players enjoy minutes. Maybe by Nogatans, he got 2 assists, he got a goal yesterday. You look at how Lucas used him and then Alejandro Garnacho at the left wing. Both players have had equal chances of playing. So they've settled in, and so they can be used in virtually almost any competition, judging by the opponent that they have to face. Is this the same for Slot? No. It is not like that. You don't make 10 changes. Alexis McAllister's best position is as a central midfielder. Why not pair him with Endo Wataru in the heart of the midfield instead of playing him as an advanced midfielder, as a number 10? Why not play your Florian Wirtz as the number 10 in that position? Play Federico Chiesa as your wing attacker, whether on the right, because you had Ngomuha at the left wing. Then you play someone like Hugo Ekitike, because this is a Premier League side. I don't think Crystal Palace were, excuse me to say, stupid to start most of their Premier League players in this. They knew what was at stake. They knew what they wanted. I think at the end of the day, it was who wanted it more, and it judged by the selection that each side made. And I think Arne Slot did not want it, and he should stop blaming they don't have a large squad size. And who even forced them to not spend to acquire players, fill the various squad positions? He decided to splash huge sums of money on Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz. That much alone could have gotten you quality form players. And I don't know the sense in Liverpool splashing money on attackers and failing to address the various needs in their team. They needed at least one senior centre back. They needed one solid defensive midfielder during the last transfer window. But they decided to do, as someone would say, playman tens. And then they spent all the money on Isak, trying to call the bluff of Newcastle, trying to show that they have money. And then you come and complain in this. It's their own fault that they are where they are, and they need to be better next time.
Well, they need to be better next time. Liverpool struggling in there. Well, the next game over the weekend after the midweek, they play Real Madrid. Well, it's going to be quite an interesting week for them. But let's get into some other results. Liverpool lost 3-0 to Crystal Palace at Anfield. That is Swansea City losing 3-1 to Manchester City. They wanted to do, what they did years ago, but this time around, City came back strongly and won 3-1. Jeremy Doku, Mamouche, and then Ryan Cherki on target there. Chelsea beat Wolves by 4-3. Wolverhampton Wanderers had to come back from 3 goals down. They made it 3-2. Chelsea made it 4-2 before they got the final consolation goal to make it 4-3, ending the game at the Molineux Stadium. Chelsea ran away with a victory. But concerns, Michael, are still about the discipline of Chelsea and the way and manner in which they allow in goals from winning positions. They tend to lose focus and either they draw, they muddle through for a victory, or they lose the games eventually. What seems to be the problem with Enzo Maresca's team?
I think there's on the average, a young Chelsea team who will need to mature, and some of these experiences will toughen them up, make them appreciate such scenarios when they do happen again, and then overcome them. But I think the club also need to put in place measures to keep the growing in discipline in the team. But I will tackle that. But let me address them. There's a Chelsea team that seems to thrive in chaotic situations. When things are so organized, they have the tendency of pressing the self-destruction button, and then everything just dissipates and there is total confusion in the air. I think that I don't know why they do this and I don't know how they do this, but it is something that Maresca would need to nip in the bud before it consistently affects this Chelsea team. It should not even allow it to sprout, because it is looking like that as it stands now. It is looking like when Chelsea are so comfortable, I don't know if the players just lose focus or they decide to do their own things. And then eventually it comes back to haunt them. They were lucky it was against a struggling Wolves side yesterday. If it was any organized team like the Crystal Palaces, the Bournemouth, and the others, Chelsea would have lost yesterday's game. And it's similar to how Chelsea lost the game against Brighton. They were in cruise control. They were in charge of the game. They were ahead until that red card from Trevor Chalobah, and it threw everything into disarray. Then eventually Brighton had to claw back into the game, and then they eventually got the winner. So I don't know, but this Chelsea team will need to learn as quickly as possible, because this is an unforgiving. In the Premier League, you don't make such mistakes and you are pardoned. You will be punished. This was the Carabao Cup. It was against the right opponent. But in the typical Premier League contest, Chelsea would have lost points, and then it would have affected their league positioning and also the ambitions for the season. So Maresca needs to find a way to make sure these young group of players are very focused throughout, whether they are down by 1-0, whether they are drawing or whether they are leading and they have a comfortable lead. They will need to maintain focus throughout and then stick to what has been instructed of them. That is one key thing. 2, the discipline issue. I think Maresca had tried to massage the issue. He decided against throwing his players under the bus. He defended them. He tried to interpret it to the media differently, that it showed the hunger, the passion that these players had and how eager they were to step onto the field and compete like warriors. But clearly, if you subject these red cards they received to strict scrutiny, then you would know that every case that resulted in a red card for Chelsea was a case of player indecision, lack of maturity, and failing to properly anticipate what was ahead of them and then how to better handle the situation. Dating as far back as the red card suffered by Robert Sanchez. If he had read the situation properly, then he would have known that at that stage in the game, it was appropriate to allow Brian Mbeumo through on goal. If he scores, it is still 1-0, but you have your numerical advantage and you can compete against a poorly performing Manchester United team. Yesterday, the red card that Liam Delap suffered, it was absolutely senseless. The first yellow card, it was needful. I don't know any professional player who want to put himself in such a situation. And You see, what actually infuriated me more was that he was even arguing with the referee. And the referee could have booked the game for dissent, even in that first instance.
Yeah.
You do something that's toward. The referee decides to sign, and then you want to really contend with the referee when it is obvious that what you did not make actual sense. Then look at the second yellow card. When these happen, I want to know the internal mechanisms that the club has put in place to curb these indiscipline issues. When they happen, does the club or do the sit down with these players to review all these actions and point them towards what they are doing wrong and what they need to improve on? For instance, Nicholas Jackson was a habitual yellow card player. He kept on getting yellow cards throughout last season, kept on getting unnecessary red cards. He went to Bayern Munich. And Kelvin, it will interest you to note that Jackson has not been showed a single yellow card in his Bayern Munich tenure. Maybe people will argue that he's not really played, but anytime he's come onto the field, he's comported himself. Decisions are given against him, and you don't see him vehemently opposing or dissenting against the referee's decision. But at Chelsea, he acts differently. So I think it is much more of the environment. Maybe it is too much of a laissez-faire atmosphere or environment that players feel they can go beyond boundaries. Again, you would have to look at the leadership. Aside what the technical team aren't doing, the leadership on the field. Rich James, very good, but I think to stamp his authority, it will be difficult for you to enter into a Chelsea team that had a leadership core with the likes of Drogba, John Terry, Lampard, and young players who want to act on their own. They will straighten you. They will put you in line. But in this Chelsea team, it looks like the core group are full of young players, not so matured, and everybody thinks the best way they can showcase their commitment is to dissent against refereeing decisions, is to oppose, is to constantly engage opponents in a very negative manner. These things must change. And I think the internal mechanisms that can be put in place, one, the technical team should take this up. Two, the club should institute strict measures to sanction players for attracting unnecessary yellow cards and red cards. If you are fined heavily, like what the lab did, if he's fined a week wages, if he's put through certain disciplinary procedure, then he would understand the need not to engage in such acts again. But if they're allowed to go scot-free, they come back and they do things on their own, I think they will be going on. And then there is this, I don't know if it is too absurd, and I don't know if it is too out of place, but permit me to also suggest this. Maybe the Premier League and then the other authorities should start to investigate these Chelsea players for spot fixing.
Okay. Well, yes, it could be. It could be. Anything is possible.
Exactly. It is outrageous. These are young players. They are friends. And you will never know what a player is doing until you actually get to the bottom of the issue. Why are these Chelsea players attracting needless yellow cards? For instance, Caicedo was a second-half substitute. He came on. The moment he came on, he also attracted a yellow card. Do you know how he did it? He was constantly in the ear of the referee, wanting to say something, I don't know. So clearly, this is what I think. On the side, it might seem outrageous, but I think the Chelsea players should be investigated for spot fixing. Attracting needless yellow cards and red cards is becoming quite too many. It's becoming too regular, and they need to be checked. Maybe there's something going on behind the scenes because it is too fishy.
Well, it could be, yes, it could be, Michael, judging from what we've heard from Turkey and all other jurisdictions happening with betting. But the other games, Arsenal, yes, winning 2-0 over Brighton. Another clean sheet, Mikel Arteta changing the squad, playing about 4 teenagers, but they still managed to get the victory. Newcastle United, another laugh over Tottenham was Thomas Frank once again suffering at the hands of Eddie Howe. Michael, any take on that before I would want us to touch on PSG this season. It looks like they may not have it as rosy as you would expect. But quickly on the other games, Arsenal, Newcastle United, and then Manchester City. Anyone you want to pick on?
I think Arne Slot can take a leaf from Arteta's notebook regarding rotation of players. You look at how Arsenal did it, and it was very smart. It was a tactful approach to enter into this game and still have a very competitive side. You look at their back line, players laden with experience, but barely getting minutes, and they are eager to prove a point. Piero Hincapié, since he joined them from Bayer Leverkusen, has not really been consistent in terms of playing. It has been Christian Mosquera, who has played for some minutes in the Champions League and then in the Premier League. So if you start him in this game against a typical Premier League opponent, Hincapié will want to prove a point. He would love to deliver. Miles Lewis Kelly has been in and out of the Arsenal team. Playing him there offers continuity and also with a point to prove. Almost all the players that started for Arsenal who are members of the firm were in there to prove a point, even including the goalkeeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga. Then he decided to blend them with exciting young talent. And there's lots we need to learn from this, but this was a shrewd move from Mikel Arteta, and it did deliver the results, and that is why we are talking about it now. So kudos to Arsenal. I think if you are looking for squad depth, maybe you mentioned Man City, you mentioned Arsenal, you mentioned Chelsea. I think these are the top 3 teams that have that kind of depth, and it allows them to rotate and get the results they need. And it's because they spent their monies well. Liverpool didn't, and they are back complaining. So they will need to learn a lesson or two from it. And I was very happy for Omar Mamouche. He's back scoring again. The start of the season hasn't been that good for him. He's had his own injury concerns, but to retain and then score in a game like this, I think it builds his confidence, and then it urges him to do better in the subsequent matches that he will play for Manchester City. So that's a few I want to say about the rest of the games in the EFL Cup.
Well, Michael Asari there on the EFL Cup. Now let's look at the draw of the next games that will be coming up. Arsenal will be at home to Crystal Palace. Well, that is going to be quite interesting. Chelsea have quite a tease. Manchester City will be home to Brentford, and then that is Newcastle United against Fulham. So Newcastle against Fulham also in that particular game. So you look at the draw, and it looks like Chelsea is the team that has quite an easier task. Michael, this could be Chelsea's cup to lose, I think.
And the Chelsea team, if you carefully study them, they suit more of a cup team than a league team.
Yeah.
They seem to do very well in the knockout matches than in the league matches where you have to accumulate points for a long period of time. And so, yes, I love it that they have had this kind of run in the competition so far. And of the teams that made it to the quarterfinal stage, they had the best draw on paper. Traveling away to play against Cardiff, it is a game that Chelsea can still rotate, and then judging by the quality they have in terms of their depth, they will be able to win. Man City Brentford is a tricky game. City have not really been the City that we knew, who were very dominant, and irrespective of the opponent they were facing and wherever they had to play. City, you expect would have brought their quality and dominated. But City against teams that are potential banana skins, you can't really trust them to deliver. So against Brentford, it is tricky. It is anybody's game. Newcastle, Fulham, you expect Newcastle to just draw inspiration from playing at the St. James Park. Fulham themselves have been struggling. Marco Silva mostly goes through such a phase in the early stages of the season. At the turn of the year, then he is able to know his team now, and they play according to how he wants them to play. So I expect Newcastle to also have a go over Fulham. Arsenal Crystal Palace is what I think is very unfair to Crystal Palace. For all their exertions in the Liverpool game, their reward is in facing the most informed team in Europe, not just in the Premier League, but in Europe. Arsenal have considered just one shot on target in October. It tells you of their defensive prowess. And then overall, they have been winning games and keeping clean sheets. Certainly, they are the team to beat. And you go to Anfield, beat Liverpool by 3-0, and the next game for you in the competition is against the team everybody is dreading to face. I think it's very unfair to Crystal Palace, but that is what draws are all about. Some have the lack of a draw, some don't. And I think in this case, Chelsea had the lack of a draw, and Crystal Palace didn't. Very unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Well, it is what it is. Yes, that is from the EFL Cup. But I know Nathan will be coming up shortly with Inside French Football. But let's have a quick bite on what is happening in the league. Marseille settled for a 2-0 draw against Angers. There was Nantes losing 3-5 to Monaco. Mohamed Salisu played yesterday for... That is Monaco. You got a yellow card. That game had lots of yellow card for Monaco. About 7-8 players had yellow cards. Paris FC drew 3-0 with Lyon. Strasbourg 3. Auxerre 0. Toulouse settled for a 2-0 draw in there. Le Havre 1. Brest lost that particular game. And Metz beat Lyon by 2-0. Nice defeating Lille by 2-0 in that particular game. But our interest... Laurent settling for a 1-0 draw with Paris Saint-Germain. It doesn't look too, interesting as it was last season for PSG, though they are still at the top of the table. It hasn't been rosy for them. After 10 games, they have 21 points. It means they've lost a total of 9 points, which wasn't, the case last season. Michael, what is happening to Luis Enrique's team? Are clubs finding the antidote to how they play?
Well, not really. If you also check the first phase of last season, they were much more like this. They hadn't really discovered their mojo. I don't know if it is a deliberate act to try very new stuff throughout the season. And then when they enter into the second phase, then they actually step on their gears and then they have a go at teams. I don't know if it is how Enrique wants to operate. And if you judge by their performances, especially in the away games, they've only won back-to-back away games in the league once this season. That was their first away game, a 1-0 win against Nantes, and then a 6-3 win against Toulouse in the corresponding away game. In the next away game, that was in the month of August.
This is Sporty FM.
They've already been in the away matches in the league. They win one, they draw one. And so that is how things have been like for them. And if you judge by Lorient and then their home form, they are actually a very stubborn team when they play at home. I don't know, but they're able to draw some kind of confidence. And it comes from the home fans. They spur them on. They don't really have that much of a large stadium that accommodates a lot of people. But per the numbers that they're able to draw, they make enough noise to create a perfect atmosphere for the home side to step out onto the field and deliver. Yeah. So this season, one loss. It was Lille that went there to beat them 7-1. But aside that, they beat Rennes 4-0 there. They beat Monaco 3-1. And so they've actually been a team that is very difficult to play as their away side when you face them at their home grounds. And yesterday, PSG also encountered them. But I think how PSG started the game was not so positive. You have to look at the lineup from Luis Enrique, the players he selected. There were quite too many changes. And Enrique's team has mostly been about his midfield. And yesterday, none of his established midfield trio in Vitinha, João Neves, and then also Fabian Ruiz started. It was Warren Zaire-Emery. He played Yeni Mayulu in a makeshift role in the middle. Yeah. And then there was Antu. So it took some bite from their game. Even Zabani at a point in time has to play as the right back. He allowed rotations, but it was not the core of the PSG team that we have seen dominate games. And the only time they came into the game was in the second half. And by then, Lorient had grew in confidence and they felt they could do a job against the Paris Saint-Germain team. And you have to give credit to the Lorient goalkeeper. I think his name is Mvogo or something. Yep. He did a solid job. Yesterday, he put up some wonderful saves. There was a volley connection from Bradley Barcola. That ball was straight into the net, but he was able to pull up a save and deny Paris Saint-Germain. So, in as much as PSG did not play well, they did enough to create some very good chances which could have given them the win. But there was a spirited Lorient side inspired by their goalkeeper, and then it allowed them to get a result that they got. So kudos to Lorient. And for PSG, I think Enrique is still trying to find out formulas that work. He's trying to get extra dimensions to their game. And by the time that the next round or the second round of the season kicks in, they should have a very formidable side. And I think they will start dominating from there.
All right, Michael Asari, thank you so much. Nathan Quao will be coming up with Inside French Football, and there's going to be lots on that. But in the Serie A, Roma beat Parma by 2-1. Como 3, Hellas Verona 1. Juventus 3, Udine 1. Bologna 0. Torino 0. And then Genoa suffered a 2-0 loss at the hands of criminals. International with a 3-0 victory over Fiorentina in that particular game. But today at 5:30, there's Cagliari against Sassuolo, and then Pisa against Lazio. These are the games that will be coming up. Host of, Copa del Rey games would also be coming up, so you can just catch some of the games. And in the CAF Champions League, let's not forget that one game had to be suspended today. It's coming up at 3 p.m. Pyramid will be playing against Ethiopian Insurance. The first leg ended 1-1. So there's also going to be the CAF Champions League preliminary play round 2 game, that outstanding match between Pyramids and the Ethiopian Insurance. That game will be coming up. Thank you so much, Michael Asariwedu. I'm sure we'll meet tomorrow, right?
Definitely. Yep. That will be true.
All right, have a wonderful day. That was Michael Asaribuero getting us into the discussions. We'll be wrapping it all up soon for Nathan Quao to take over for the Inside French Football Show.